Hello, everyone. Seraphi doing a little bonus stream, Saturday stream. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about stuff, and there's just some stuff I'd like to do in the code. And again, the primary purpose of these streams is to document my development process. Right? So if I'm going to work on this, I'm going to be streaming about it. So that's what we're doing. So first things first, I want to clean up the careers a little bit because the way that looked. Yeah, last stream we did some weirdness with it. Um, we had a curveball thrown at us, kind of a readjustment. So I am going to start those corrections. Is what I'm going to do. So that means we need to get down into our domain, objects, and career stuff. So we have a list of career skills and talent trees. That also isn't correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a public virtual. I think career skills is probably where we're going. Career skill. This will have a name. This is our list of specialization skills. And this is so career skill here. This just needs to be called specialization. And we're going to, oh, and then we're going to rename the file. We're going to rename this to specialization skills. And specialization will contain also the talent tree. So this also means we need to change our repository because instead now we are getting our specialization skills and our talent trees from specialization. All right. So talent tree. Oh, excuse me. So talent tree is a linking object as well. So we've got a list of tree talents, but we still need to associate it with a specialization. Yeah, because I think talent tree talents is linked to our talent tree. What is our talent tree linked to? It's going to be linked to that specialization. So we need a foreign key name of specialization ID. There we go. So our talent tree, there we go, we got that. Specialization skills is linked to specialization. We're going to change that to specialization and specialization ID. There we go. Specializations. There we go. So that's handled. Now, let's go into our persistence layer, repositories, character management, career repository. We're going to get specializations, then include, what is that called again? Not career. Include specialization skills, then include. There we go. That's a big one. And we basically need to make these edits up above as well. All right, cool. We're gonna hop up to our features now. It's an application. So we have get talent and get all talents. We're gonna need commands. We are going to need commands to create and update talents. Oh, we are making another change. Sorry. There's one other domain change. So yeah, in domain, character management. So talent. I don't think I want talent to have a tier. We're going to have activation is ranked. Description. Actually, I don't think ranked matters anymore for Edge of the Empire. So we're actually going to get rid of that as well. So an activation, a description, a name, and an ID given to us from normal entity. And then in our talent tree talents, we will simply have tier. Okay, now we can continue working on our features, and I'm actually I need to bring up my reference material. Well, actually, you know what? We need to build our exceptions. I think that's what we'll do now. I just need to remember how we do that. I think we're just able to create exceptions. Cool. In which case, and that is in our application. Oh, I already built that folder. Delightful. So we're going to have a not found exception. We're going to receive a name, an object key, and we're going to pass that into base. And we're going to go ahead and create a bad request exception. There we go. Okay. Now we've got that handled. I just fully blanked. Ah, yes, features. So create talent command. And it will, from my request, it will return us an int because that's going to be the new ID. And so for creating a talent, we need a name, an activation, a description. I'm looking at a reference real quick because I'm trying to see how our validation works. Okay, so something I didn't put into our generic repository. I think I may. I think I may just put it in the generic repository. So let's hop into our. I don't think it's in application. Yeah, it is. Contracts. Generic base repository. Actually, that needs to be part of normal and unique repository. So task T exists. Int ID. And we need the exact same thing in our generic, in our unique, but good instead. And now, in our not domain, in infrastructure, normal repository. Yep. We're going to implement that interface to get exists. That's going to be. Oh, no, this is a. It returns a bool. We'll always return a bool. So let's. this in the unique repository as well. Cool. All right, I'll back up here in the commands features. And we are going to add our create talent command validator. Abstract validator for the command. First things first, we'll pass in an I talent repository. Create a field. Make them lowercase. And above that, we are going to create a rule for must async talent exists. And we will so we will return await talent repository does exists async. Did we call it exists or just exists async? Exists. And we will pass in our talent sorry. Let's talent create talent command. Command, enter cancellation token. There we go. So it's command dot we have the create talent command. All right, there's something I'm missing. Let's pass in the command dot name. That's what we'll do. And in our repository it exists. We're actually going to change that I'm going to pass in a string of name. We're going to do the same thing in the unique. Actually, I don't think we're going to have this for the unique. Yeah. And then down here in the normal repository, in unique repository, we can just delete it. So anyway, q.name equals name. That's what we'll do. Okay, back to the validator. So anyway, must async with message talent already exists. There we go. So we attempt to create a talent. We will send this command, we'll validate it. So let's create our command handler now. Create talent command handler. I request handler of type create talent command, returning an integer. Implement the interface. Of course, we are bringing in our logger, our mapper, and our repo. So first, IMapper of type mapper, IAppLogger of this handler, and finally the I talent repository. We will create and assign as fields, rename, oh, and rename. So first thing we're going to do is, oh, excuse me. Create a new validator. We're going to pass it in our talent repository. And then validate the request. If validation result dot errors dot any logger dot log warning validation errors in create request for name of talent. And then we throw a new embed request. Invalid talent. Validation result. But if there aren't errors, talent equals mapper dot map. Oh, we need to create a mapping. So it's a from to in our mapping profiles. So we're going to create map, create talent command to talent. Why is this a problem? Being used like a, okay. Genesys Character Manager dot domain dot character management dot talent. Then we await talent repository dot create async talent. Return talent.id. So now we're creating talents. Sorry, I got a cat bothering me. Hello. What's the next step up from talent? Oh, you know what? Let's see if we registered our other repository. We did not. Oh, but you know what? We can go into our queries real quick and set up our not found exceptions. What are you expecting? Oh, new, not found. Name and object key. Talent not found. Name of talent. And what we will do here is if talents.count equals 0, we will throw a new Not found. No. No talents found. Name of talent. We got more commands. So we got deletes and updates as well. So I think that'll be next. Now, something we have to ask ourselves is, how do we want to go about creating talent trees? I think maybe we continue to do the mediator pattern. That might be the thing to do. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty complex because like we'll create a career. It's gonna have a name. It's gonna have specializations. So when we create a career, we'll also need to send a create specialization request, which will in turn create skill tree requests. Or there'll be multiple specialization requests, which will send multiple talent tree requests. Oh, you know what I just thought about? A specialization object should only have one talent tree. It shouldn't have multiple. It's a specialization. It only has one. So I should just be able to create a talent tree. And the talent tree, yeah, will be linked. Yeah, I think it's just one. So I think for specialization, this can just be a single. It's not a public virtual iList. So foreign key, name of talent tree ID. No, ID. There we go. And talent tree, these will both be nullable. You don't have to have a talent tree to build your specialization to start. But yeah, so like for here, when we create a specialization, career already has to exist. And then, so we say, hey, create the specialization. It will have a name and ID. Oh, you know, a specialization should also have a description. So let's do that as well. So name, ID, description. Now when we create it though, the way I see like an admin tool where you can create these is you'll send in a list of skills. So we'll create all of those specialization ones at the same time. We'll create this link between skills and specialization the same time we create the specialization. And we may also do it with talent trees. So we'll be creating those linking objects inside of the request. So I think that's it. We need to create it with the create request of these. If you have a linking object on a create, you should also create the linking object, and should also, let's make that true, also for deletes. So that's where we're at. Okay, I feel good about that. Also, I think my audio is kind of high, kind of low. So we're going to bump that up just a teensy bit. There we go. So, yeah. I would say I'm happy with that. Okay. So let's start creating our different, our other base objects. So that, oh, no, we aren't done with talent features. So now we have a create command, but we still need an update. And we still need a, words are hard. We still need an update and we still need a delete. So let's go ahead and add new folder. Update talent command. Okay. This is our update talent command. We are going to, oh, I think my validator is wrong. I think my validator, let's hop into the create again. Check that validator. Must async talent exists. Must be true that it exists. So let's, boom, must not exist. Oh. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do here. Var exists equal, oh wait, and then we will return the opposite of whatever this gives us. So if it does exist, this will be true. We will then return false. So must async talent exists. So this must be true. I think this is correct, though we will have to test it. Must async. Validation will fail if it returns false. So if this is true, that it does exist, this will return false. That's, yes, this is how we want it to work. Boom. Handled. Anyway, back to update talent command. Class. Update talent command. Add. So we are an I request that will return a talent DTO. Yes. Does our talent DTO have a... We were using the same DTO. It does have an ID. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, and actually, we no longer have an is ranked, a current tier. So we can change those. Beautiful. I kind of want to reuse the talent DTO again, fellas. I think we're just going to use the same DTO, man. So we're going to return a talent DTO. What we are going to contain, I think we're just going to go ahead and send across a whole talent DTO. Yeah, I think we're just going to plug in a whole talent DTO. So, prop, talent DTO, talent. Yeah. Because our update async, I think, returns the fucking thing. Right? Base repository. Oh, no, it doesn't. We just update it. Okay, so we don't need a return. So the update talent command is not going to return us anything. It will return a unit. Yeah, I'm just going to shoot out just a full ass DTO. So then we will add a class update talent command validator. And we will inherit from abstract validator of type update talent command. And then, nope, not a cancellation token. And he is going to receive a repository, I talent repository, of which we will create and assign a field underscore rename. All right, so rule 4. How do we do our other validator? Q to Q. Okay. Must async talent exists. So we're going to run this again, basically. We're going to generate that method. Where's our create validator? Yeah, okay. There's a validator. So we're going to grab that validator again, except this time we are returning exist. It has to exist in order for us to update it. Right? Dot with message. Leave, oh, sorry. Talent does not exist. Then we add another class, update talent command handler. Okay. Of I request handler, update talent command unit, implement interface. Once again, we want our IMapper and our I talent repository. Rename. There we go. Beautiful. We're not going to do our app logger here, just because we don't need to do that. Oh, maybe we will. App logger. Update talent command handler. Logger. Create an assigned field. First validator equals new update talent command validator talent repository. Null. Where's our validator? And actually, we're just going to do it dot errors dot any. Logger dot log warning. And we're actually just I'm gonna gank that string from here. Name of talent request dot talent dot name. And we will throw bad request, invalid talent, and validation results. What's the issue? Oh, it's got to be new. But otherwise, talent equals mapper map there we go. Await talent repository dot update async talent return unit. Excuse me. Beautiful. So there's our update command. But you know what? I think we're going to leave it there. So let's minimize all, get changes, implemented more talent features, renamed some objects, delete talent command needs implementation. There we go. Let's commit all. Yep, we're saving and committing. We're pushing that up. And actually, something I'll do before I sign off, let's go ahead and just build this whole solution. Let's build the solution and see if we get any errors. Yep, seeing some failures. Right, so maybe we build one at a time. Cool. Update talent command. Oh. So let's run a build on that guy again. Beautiful, a success there. Let's run it on our persistence. Beautiful. Oh, talent tree. It's singular now. So let's build again. Beautiful. And a build on infrastructure. Beautiful. So a full build, 4 up to date. Love it. All right, guys, let's hop into just chatting. So I have been Serify. It has been wonderful to get some more work done. And yeah, anybody that sees this, thank you for watching. Anyone that would like to see my streams, I always stream on Fridays from 6 to 7:30 Central Time. And just be sure to get notifications because sometimes, like today, I will randomly pick a stream. I don't have other things to do, or I'm trying to procrastinate other things that I need to do. And instead, I've decided to work on code. So, thank you so much. This is Serify signing out.